Alright, good morning everybody. Thursday, July 31st, 2025. This year's going by pretty quick. We're at the end of July. Tomorrow going to be August 1st already. So we're 2 days away from our last day here running water, but I brought the cameras out today because today's going to be a little interesting. Going to be weather related as well as trucking related because they want a lot of heavy rain later this afternoon. For some locations, don't know who's going to get what, but there's a possibility of 2-3 inches of rain this afternoon and into the evening. So could be some good heavy rain and some flooding to go along with it. So we'll see what happens as the day goes along. But right now we're going to go out and pre-trip the truck, and then we're going to wash the windshield, get the bugs and dirt off it so you have a nice clean view until the rain comes. Planned on starting the actual driving part of the video till we got up closer to the red barn so we could see if we were going to wait on any drivers up there or if we were going to have a clean shot at loading right away. But when I came in to work with the Jeep, it was sunny out, but now looking out to the west there, looks like there's already storms forming down this way. Now, nothing was supposed to really happen until after 2 o'clock because the front itself is still up like on the New York State-Pennsylvania border. That's where all the action was. But looking out there to the west, something's brewing out that way. I don't know if we're going to stay dry before we finish loading or not. But we went from sunshine to already a threat of a storm. I'll check radar when we get there to see what actually going on, but yeah, it doesn't look too healthy out there to the west. Like I said, hopefully we can get at least the load on the trailer or in the tank before we get any rain, but let's see what happens when we get down to Fogelsville. But we'll talk to you more when we get up there to the red barn, I guess. Well, we do have one here loading ahead of us, so we gotta wait for him to finish up, and then we'll be able to get on and load our truck. So I'm going to go in and talk to him. I'll find out exactly how far along in the process he is, and maybe BS with him a little bit because this is one of the good guys. But he's got an 8, so depending on when he started, it could take a half hour for us to get on there to get our own load. So we'll talk to you once we get on and start loading. All right, so I came out of the barn office from doing my paperwork, complete my bill of lading for the load, and I could hear some thunder, and it's starting to rain. I can feel a couple raindrops, so I got the umbrella in my back pocket because I don't know if it's going to let loose and downpour right around the time we're going to unhook and be done and ready to roll. So anyway, it is starting to rain. And it looks like a pretty good blob of storms coming up from the southwest and moving kind of northeast. So from here down to I-78, gonna get kind of rocked with some heavy rain here in short order. All right, so we're loaded and rolling, and we didn't get any real heavy rain here yet. I had the umbrella with me, didn't need it, but look off there to the north. Looks like more is moving in, so we're living on borrowed time. It is spritzing here, as you can see. There are spots on the windshield. Like I said, it come in about 2 hours earlier than I thought it would. They were saying between 2 and 3 o'clock, but there's some prefrontal stuff that seems to be firing up. Then there's the front itself that has to come through. So some places are gonna see possibly 2, 3, maybe 4 inches of rain. I don't know who and where. It may be where we are, it may not be where we are, but somebody somewhere is going to get some heavy flooding rain today. That's the forecast. Flood watches are up. I don't think anything going to be severe. I didn't hear of any severe thunderstorm watches, but there are flood watches up. So the potential is there for flooding rainfall today. But anyway, we are on the move, going down our 15-mile-an-hour road, get ourselves back out to 309, head south to Fogelsville. So we will talk to you somewhere along the way down there, and weather permitting and personnel permitting, we will try to talk to you down there while we unload. All right, so the rain seems to be picking up a little in intensity the further south we go. We came down off the Blue and we were up there loading. It was sprinkled a little bit, but nothing of any major consequence. And even here, it's not raining too terribly hard, but we did have to increase our wiper speed a little bit, and the road now looks wet, where when we were coming up on the other side of the Blue Mountain, it was pretty dry. So I think we're going to be heading into heavier and heavier rain as we move southward, because the sky just looks dark down that way. That's what was looking dark when we got to the Red Barn location, so it moved fairly quickly. It's down this way now, but I think by the time we get to the plant, it's going to be raining at a pretty decent clip. It may not be downpouring, but I think it's going to be raining pretty good. Interesting that there is no traffic right here at the moment. They're coming up on this little bridge construction. Usually there's a lot of traffic here in New Tripoli, or a decent amount of traffic for what it is, but there's nothing anywhere. Where's it at? Here comes the first truck now. Let's get through here before he gets here, because this is tight. Somebody already hit the wall there. You can see the black marks from their tires. And not a lot of wiggle room going through there. Now here comes all the traffic. Somebody was holding it back. Maybe that first truck. Alright, so we're here unloading now. We're standing here underneath the one dock awning, staying dry. It's raining out there. Not real hard, but it is raining. There's been rumbling some thunder here and there, but now that I turn the camera on, there it is a little bit. It just rumbling away down there to our south. Most of the heavy rain, I think there was just some lightning. Most of the heavy rain is actually south of here. So again, we're kind of fortunate. It is raining here, but it's not heavy rain. The heavier rain is down to the south, and I guess the storms themselves are down to the south too. As for up my house, picked up a ½ inch of rain from the rain that was up there just north of the Red Barn. So we're kind of sandwiched between it. Like I said, raining a little bit here, but not too bad. But we're unloading, and the other guy left. He's going home. He's done. It was his last load of the day. So once I get up to the Red Barn, I should have it all to myself for load number 2. And then we'll talk to you on the way back up, and we'll talk to you up there. All right, so we are empty and are going to work our way out of here. One guy backed in. Looks like another one down there beyond his bobtail is starting to back in. I'm not sure. Just kind of creeping here until we see what he's doing. But once again, it seems like I got duped by the weather forecast, at least for the present moment, because what looked promising earlier, I don't know what these guys are doing. I guess we're going to roll on through here. What looked promising earlier really seemed to consolidate itself to the southeast and is actually mostly confined to south and east of Allentown. Now you see ahead of me there's a little bit of broken clouds. It's raining here, but nothing of any consequence. We had some rumbles of thunder, but all the big super heavy rain and thunderstorm cells are south of the area. It started out looking good, but like I said, everything just kind of consolidated to the south, and that's been the case all summer so far. Is the southeastern part of Pennsylvania been getting hammered, along with the northeastern part of Pennsylvania. East central Pennsylvania somehow seems to skate. And it looks like that may be the case today, at least until the cold front itself comes through later on. I don't know what that's going to do, but it just doesn't seem like... looks, like I said, you'll see in that radar that I showed you that there's like a big break between what's going on southeast of Allentown and what's going on northwest out toward Erie and western New York. So we may get into a lull here, and the worst of the rain may come after my shift is over even. Who knows? Although now I look into my west and it looks like it's getting dark again, so somewhere along the line today's going to make me eat crow, one way or the other. Either I'm going to think we're going to get super heavy rain and a chance for flooding and we won't, or I'm going to talk now like we're not going to get much, and then we will. It's kind of like when I post on Facebook before a big snowstorm. I'll post weather maps and show what kind of snow it looks like the computer models are going to give us, and then when all is said and done, we don't even get a quarter of it. So then I look like an idiot. So, but I'm a weather fanatic, so that's what interests me, and so that's why I brought the cameras out today, because I thought today would be kind of interesting, and it might still well be. Things may back build, reform over areas where it had previously rained, who knows, but well, we're back here at Clausville Road where we were earlier, and evidently it must have been raining pretty good here for a while, and it's raining pretty good here now because there's quite a bit of water runoff, and up ahead of us by that Weber psychological sign, there's going to be some standing water there. So while it didn't really rain that hard down there at the plant, and we did not get soaked, up here it looks like it had been raining pretty hard for a while. That's the way it's probably going to be all day long, where some areas are going to get clocked and some areas aren't going to get much of anything. Like I said, so far at my house we got a ½ inch, but this is a pretty good downpour right here. Wasn't expecting it. When I looked at radar, everything was kind of south of I-78, so I don't know where this popped up from, but man, it's coming down pretty good. Kind of surprised. As far as wind, you're really not going to have a wind event today. It's going to all be more of this heavy tropical type rain because our dew points and humidity have been just crazy high ever since the weekend. It almost feel like South Florida again the last 3 days. So a lot of moisture in the air to work with for these storms to pop up and rain like crazy. Now that was rather interesting. I had wipers not on high, but on medium, and there for a moment they like took a pause. I'm not sure why they did that. That's maybe not necessarily a good sign. Don't need the wipers to fail us today, because if they fail in a heavy rainstorm, we won't be able to see where we're going. So we don't need that. It looks like we may get out from under it pretty soon. Looks like clearing skies up there to the north, so maybe by the time we get up to 309, it'll have slowed down and maybe even stopped. Well, I got one thing right. Here we are at 309, and it just about stopped raining, and the sun's even out. And that's what I said back there. I said that it looked like it was clearing up this way, and that by the time we got to 309, it might stop raining. And not only did it stop raining, but the sun's trying to come out. So that part of it I got right anyway. And even some blue skies up there. But wow, what it looks like down to the south. All right, so we're up here loading up load number 2. And I just showed you that screenshot. Southeastern Pennsylvania is getting the goods right now, as they always seem to do. We got a ½ inch of rain up there at my house in Tamaqua. And I don't know how much rain they got here. It couldn't have been much at all because it still looks pretty dry here in the parking lot. We ran through that rain down there in Clawsville and had some light rain down at the plant, but everything is consolidated down into southeastern Pennsylvania, and they're getting walloped. And that's how it's been most of the summer. So from Lancaster on a diagonal up to Allentown and then south to Philly, that southeastern quadrant of the state just been getting dumped on most of the summer. All of the thunderstorm activity been down that way, or up in northeastern Pennsylvania. Scranton has gotten their fair share, but that middle zone between I-78 and I-80 just really can't seem to catch any good storms this summer for some reason. Whether we get some later or not, I don't know, but right now we are high and dry up here, and the sun was just out. It's poking through. It's mostly overcast, but every once in a while the sun will poke through a weak spot in the clouds. So we are high and dry up here in southeastern Pennsylvania, getting the goods right now. But we're loading up number 2 here, and nobody was here, so we were able to get right in and get loading. So we'll make quick work of this and start heading back down with the second load. Well, evidently these storms are faster movers than I expected them to be, because as you can see, I mean, it's wet down here in Fogelsville, but it is brightening up and clearing off, so the storms must have really pushed off to the southeast pretty quick, and the weather is actually going to get nice here for a little bit before that frontal rain comes in. That front's going to end our hot, humid stretch of weather that we had. We're going to have highs only in the mid-70s starting tomorrow through the weekend. So pretty strong front, and that's what's triggering all this. But I kind of thought the storms would linger around a little bit down here, but they pushed out. So I don't know, some of this might be a couple of raindrops falling from the sky, and some of it's road spray from the cars and the trucks in front of me, but for the most part it has stopped raining, and there's breaks in the clouds up there, and looks like the sun trying to come out even down here. I'll have to see, where's he going? Oh, come off 78 and wants to go out Penn Drive, I guess. So, well, we'll have to see how the plant's going. I seen all the trucks that I saw going down coming back up, so it must actually be running pretty good. We'll find out when we get in there. Bumpy tracks. See, this light's going to be red for a little while, I believe. Yep. Cross traffic off of Shantz Road just started going. So it's going to take a while for this light to turn green. We'll turn the camera back on down the road a little bit. Definitely some clearing skies down this way, so rain is over for the moment. Don't know if any more is going to pop up later on. Some stuff out in southwestern Pennsylvania, some hot and heavy thunderstorms that look like they're moving kind of east-northeast. It may hold together and get here later on this afternoon or this evening. And then we got the front dropping down from the south, but the rainfall that's associated with that seems to be breaking up as the energy from all these thunderstorms down this way is robbing energy from that location. So they were getting some good rains up in New York State earlier today and this morning, but that seems to have tapered off. So we're busy here unloading the second one. We're probably about halfway done, and then we'll head on up, get the third one. That one we're going up to the Tamaqua location to get for some reason. That's how we were assigned to get them. So we'll go up there and get that last one as we were told, and then that'll be our night after we get that one down here and deliver it. Well, as you can see, we are in the middle of afternoon rush hour, kind of. 3:30, a lot of these plants leave out their first shift, and you can see we got all kinds of traffic down here. I took the easy way around. Normally I would come out here at this traffic light. I'd come out from our right there if I would take the quick way, the faster way. The faster way is not the best way to go at 3:30 in the afternoon. So we came around the easy way, and so but you can see all the traffic right now. just about half the industrial park dropping their first shift employees out onto the roadways here. Gets pretty jammed up. Now a lot of them just jumped on the 7822 eastbound, so it thinned out a little bit, but you'll still see up here at the Tillman Street light, there'll be some traffic. Now it turned green, but will we get it? Will we be able to keep on moving and make it through this light before it turns red again? That is the $64 question. I don't know why this guy jumped into this lane. Let's see. Nope, we didn't make it. I just knew it. And I figured it turned green just a little bit too far back. Well, this guy's from Colorado, but he's a long way from home. Evidently, he might know where he's going, though. Maybe they want to go up here to the Weiss markets or whatever, but... yeah, you can see it, just a traffic show down here at this time of day. Look at all these trucks coming off of Tillman Street. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them wanting to make a left turn on the 100 south here. Only 2 of them got through. So between shift change and trucks coming and going, pretty good traffic show down here. All right, so we're loading up the third one up here in Tamaqua, and boy, the weather sure has changed. This morning was very humid. It was up to 86 degrees by 10 o'clock this morning, and those rain showers went through, and now we've got like an east breeze blowing here, and it's chilly by July standards because of how warm and humid it's been. It's 74 degrees, but the air, it feels nice out. But I think this whole flooding rain thing for today was a bit overhyped, at least up this way, because it just didn't happen. We got a half-inch of rain out of a storm early on, but other than that, really, it was not much of anything. Maybe down south of Allentown it was. I don't know. It looked pretty hot down there on radar. So maybe down there it verified. But up here, we had the flood watches up here. They were talking for 2, 3, 4 inches of rain in areas. And we got a half inch. And there at the Red Barn, I don't even think they got that much. So I think the whole thing was overhyped. And I bought into it, brought the cameras out thinking this was going to be a cool day to do video because we'd have torrential downpours and standing water and flooded roads and everything else. And it just didn't pan out. So I don't know, but we're loading this third one up about halfway through it, and then we'll be rolling southbound and deliver that one, and then we'll call it a night. All right, let's see if we can get this green light here. We're loaded and we are rolling, and we did get the green light here. So third one is in the tank, and we're running it southbound. 4:45 p.m. So by the time we get down there, rush hour in that area anyway will start to wound down just a little bit. I mean, the traffic will still be heavy because it's rush hour in Lehigh Valley, but at 5:30, 5:45, most everybody is, it's not shift change, so it shouldn't be as hectic as it was when we left. So we'll just have to see, but right now we got our normal traffic for up this way. Got a few vehicles that are going to pass me here in a minute as we climb this hill, but like I said, temperature on the truck reads 75 degrees, and actually the truck generally reads about 3 degrees warmer than what it actually is, so it's probably only about 72 degrees outside, so it really cooled off post-rainfall. I don't know if the front actually went through yet. There's still some rain to the northwest of us, so I don't know if the front went through yet, but it certainly did cool off, and it does not feel anywhere near as muggy and humid as it did earlier today. angle in the back window here. I want to see how it looks going down the road. If I like the angle, and I may buy another one of the Insta, or not the Insta, that's what that one is. I'll buy another DJI 5 for better picture quality, because the one I'm using back there in the back window now, it's okay. It has good image quality, better than some of the GoPros of the past, but it's still not the best, and it can't match up with this DJI that I have up there in the windshield. That camera is just phenomenal. I am so impressed with it. I love doing videos now that I have it. But I want to see how this angle works, and maybe it is good enough. Maybe it'll handle the shadows and light good enough, but we'll see. But I figured I'd give it a try, just to give you guys a different perspective, if it looks good. If I can't get it to look good, then I'm not going to use it. But hopefully I can get it to look good. I can tweak it in my editing program and color correct it and everything else, and get it to look halfway decent. We will see. But topping the Ridge Cup now, going down the other side, that's that small little short and sweet mountain just south of Tamaqua. Not really a mountain, it's just a hill, but it's steep enough to eat you up when you've got weight in the wagon. And everything is bone dry. Whatever rain we got this morning, you wouldn't even tell it rained, because everything dried out already. It's amazing. Like I said, I think the weathermen overhyped the chance for flooding rains. It just didn't seem to happen here. Maybe elsewhere it did, but boy, we didn't get it here. It's just kind of ordinary rain showers with a little bit of thunder. That's it. Anyway, keeping on. We'll talk to you down at the plant, let you know how things are going there before we spin her around and bring her back up to put her to bed for the night. Alright, so we're done with that third load rolling northbound. I didn't get a chance to talk to you down at the plant because right after I backed in, two other trucks came in behind me, so then they hooked up, and so I really didn't get a chance to talk to you guys down there. So finally getting a chance, because then the daughter called me and talked to her for a little while coming up this way, so now I can finally talk to you a little bit. But, it doesn't look like we're going to get any more rain tonight. It doesn't have a rain look to it. I think we're done. I think whatever we got up to this point is all we're going to get, which is a ½ inch at my house, less than that between my house and Allentown, and I don't know what they got down the other side of Allentown. It looked like they got a pretty good rainer down there, but it definitely didn't live up to the hype up this way. I mean, there was all kind of ominous stuff in the weather warnings and watches, 2, 3, 4 inch amounts, localized 5 inch in some places, and they made it sound like this was going to be pretty bad. We were going to have creeks and small streams flooding out of their banks, and of course, storms drain and road flooding and nothing. I mean, you wouldn't even think it had rained today. It's dry, other than a couple puddles here and there. So kind of really messed up. But that'll teach me. Don't bring the cameras out when they're calling for rain, because you won't get it. In fact, I mentioned in my last video how last Friday I did hit a really good storm. The wind was blowing like crazy and looked like an Arizona dust storm, and then the rain came out and it was a deluge and everything else, and I didn't have the cameras with me, and it wasn't even forecasted. They weren't really even calling for severe storms that day, and one spun up right where I was, but I didn't have the cameras. So, go figure. Unless I just bring them out every day, then I just have them. But I don't know if I have the time to edit and upload a daily video. I don't know how guys like Trucker Josh do it, but I don't generally have the time to upload daily videos, and sometimes I don't have enough time to upload 2 videos per week. But I get it done, but it's pushing it a little bit. So anyway, we are here by Northwestern Lehigh High School in New Tripoli area. Once we get out here in the open, you'll see the sky. It just has like a November cloudy look, not a storm look. So I didn't look at radar, but I just think we're pretty much done with any kind of significant rain. It doesn't mean we won't get some sprinkles or a shower here and there, but I think any kind of significant rain is done for the day. Anyway, we gotta get some fuel and then go park it, post-trip it, close out the paperwork, head on home. So we will talk to you later. All right, done and done. We are done with our post-trip. We are done with our paperwork. We are done fueling, and we are done with the day. So that's actually 4 dones. I gave you 3 dones, but that's it. We're parked same place we got it from, which is kind of rare to ever get parked in the same spot you left out of in the morning, but that's what we got. So that's it for today. I'm gonna bring them back out tomorrow since it's the last day with this company, unless somebody pulls off a miracle and I can get day shift. I don't see it happening. I'd like it to happen. Don't get me wrong, I'm looking forward to a new adventure, but at the same time, I like this job. So, I mean, if he could come off and tell me that he figured out a way to put me on day shift, then I'd probably stay. So, but I don't see it happening. So, we'll do our final water video tomorrow. It should be a nice, sunny and dry, comfortable day tomorrow, not like today with the rain. So, all right, we'll talk to you in the next one.